So now on BBC One, the last of 5 programmes to help you play better badminton deals with mixed doubles.
Match point 14, match point 4. That's it! For the English players, just like for Nora and Mike Tredget. Third time for Mike Tredget, third time, and he's won it at last. The title to them, 15-7, 15-4.
Mixed doubles is a subtle attacking game, with both sides trying to maintain the attacking formation of a front player whose job is to hit down from the forecourt, and a rear man ready to cover the replies to the midcourt and the forecourt, and hit any loose replies. The aim is to combine the strength and power of the man with the speed and finesse of the lady. On court now we have our 4 regulars, Paul Wetnell and Nora Perry, and Ray Stevens and Karen Bridge.
In mixed doubles, the idea is the lady stays in the forecourt. Racket head up, ready to attack any loose ones above net level. Partner's job is to cover any replies to the mid-court and rear court that get past the lady.
Now we'll show you how to play the game. We'll start from the opening move, the serve, and show you the positions of the players. We'll begin with the lady serving to the lady. Lady gets ready to serve. Opposing lady positions herself to receive. Her partner stands slightly to the left of one line in the mid-court. The server's partner stands in the mid-court behind her. And there she is with the shuttle ready to open the serve. So we have here the front and back formation, the usual attacking formation in mixed doubles. This is how it looks on court. Just the same as for normal doubles. And the lady serves. Now the lady serves to the man. Stands in the serving position with the shuttle ready. The opposing man stands in the forecourt ready to receive. The server's partner stands in the mid-court, straddling the line behind her. And the receiver's partner has 2 now. She can either stand in the forecourt, or if she's strong enough, she can go back to the mid-court to take upon the role of the man. What we'll do, we'll look at the first option with the lady in the forecourt. Now Nora serving to Ray with Karen ready in the forecourt. Now Karen moves into the mid-court. Nora serves. Now let's see what happens when the man serves. He stands in the mid-court, the shuttle ready to serve. His lady partner stands on his non-racket side arm in the forecourt. When he serves to the receiving lady, she stands in the forecourt, and her partner stands behind her in the mid-court, in the usual formation. When he serves to the man, then we have the same problem as before. The lady can stand in the mid-court and take upon the role of the man if she's strong enough, or she can stand in the forecourt. Paul is in the mid-court ready to serve to Ray. Now Ray has taken the normal doubles receiving position, but his partner is in the forecourt. So Ray has to come back slightly from the front line and receive from that position. And so we go. Now Karen moves back to the mid-court, while Ray receives a serve from Paul. Now Karen's there to cover any replies that go past Ray. He can commit himself and stand further forward to attack the net. Now we can start to play. The main aim in mixed doubles is to get the chance to hit the winner. And one way we can do this is to weaken the positions of the opponents. Thus, if we can send the lady to the rear court, we leave space in the forecourt and make it difficult for her to hit the winner down from the rear court position. Now, one way of doing this is from the service. So the lady here does a flick serve over her opponent's head. She immediately sends her to the rear court and leaves her with a problem. What does she do in that situation? Well, she can hit the shuttle on a long clear to the rear court, but if she's a beginner, this is quite a strong feat, and it might mean that the man will come round and make the smash. So what she does, she plays a safe reply. She drops to the forecourt here to the empty space, or smashes to the mid-court. And then after doing the shot, she comes forward to the forecourt and leave the rear court replies to her man. Right, let's see that from the serving positions at the start of the game. We can show you the straight drop reply as the first move. Karen ready to serve to Nora. Nora comes in, kills in the forecourt. Now we'll do the same thing with the straight smash. Nora comes in quickly and kills across the forecourt. The same replies are made when the man serves the lady. So now we consider another way of reversing the positions of the man and the lady. One way to do this is to bring the man into the forecourt. So we'll show you how this is done, starting from the serve. The most effective way to do this is when the man is receiving the serve. For then there are several problems. Firstly, his partner stands in the forecourt or the mid-court. If she stands in the forecourt, the man cannot attack the serve, because if he then does so and commits himself into the net and hits the shuttle back, it comes back and there's all this space free in the rear court and mid court and nobody to cover it. So when his partner is in the forecourt, he tends to stand slightly back. Then when he goes to meet the serve, he has to drop it to the sides of the forecourt or push it to the sides of the mid-court and play a soft shot to allow him to return to the mid-court and keep control of the mid-court and the replies to the rear court. So what we'll do now, we'll go on the court and show you how he plays these replies. Now Paul's ready to attack the net and push the shuttle down to the sides. Karen to serve. Now we have Paul back in his mid-court ready for any replies. Now let's take a look at the second possibility while serving to the man. The man receiver's partner can stand in the mid-court if she's good enough to take upon his role and attack the replies to the mid-court and the rear court. And if he can do this, then he can move further forward into the service line, ready to attack the shuttle and commit himself fully. So let's see this take place on the court. Paul ready to attack the serve, Karen to serve. He's pulled in and his partner has to take the reply. Let's look at another way of trying to make the chance to get a winner. We'll start with the serving positions. Lady ready to serve to the opposing lady, both men in the mid-court, ready to cover any replies. The idea now is to try to force one pair to lift the shuttle in the air so that the lady or the man can make a hit downwards for the winner. Lady serves, opposing lady comes forward to the forecourt and pushes the shuttle down to the free space here, away from the serving lady and her partner, the man. He goes across to cover the shuttle, get the reply. This lady drops back into the forecourt, to cover any hit across the court, and her man goes across to cover the straight hit down the line. So there we have the situation. We now have a cat and mouse situation. Both players will try to hit the shuttle down this space here and back again. So the space we want to hit it into is the gap between the mid-court and the forecourt. So we get the shuttle hit here. This is an attempt to bring both players forward. The lady is coming forward anyway to try and anticipate the shot and hit down for the winner. And once we pull both players forward close in like this, and the shuttle returned over the net, serving lady can come forward, and now she's got the chance to hit the shuttle cross-court to the free space on this side in the forecourt, or to the mid-court, or past the man right to the rear court, where she either hits a clean winner or forces a weak return. Okay, let's return to the serving positions, and then what we'll try and do is show you how to do this with the players on the court. So I have our players on court now. We'll show you how to get out of this cat and mouse situation to hit the cross-court winner. Right, Karen to serve to Nora. Nora pushes down the side, and then playing it to the mid-court space, cross-court winner from Nora. Lady ready in the forecourt, trying to anticipate the shot. And again, quick anticipation from Nora for the winner. Once again. Push. Quick hit cross-court from Paul from the mid-court to the winner into the rear court. What have we learned about mixed doubles? Basically, it depends on the strength of each partner and the cooperation and understanding of the pair. We've shown you the rules and some ways of combining them to enjoy this exciting and intriguing branch of badminton. Let's just take one last look at the tactics of the game. Ladies watch the ladies, men watch the men. Now when watching the positions and the moves in a game, it's a good idea to concentrate your focus on one pair only. So ladies watch a lady playing, and the men watch the men. And serving, partner on his non-racket arm side. Karen intercepted, drops to forecourt. There's Nora receiving stance. And Nora comes back for the serve so Paul can take up to the line ready to attack. Back to the midcourt. Nora intercepts. Lady covers the smash. And a hit for the winner. All the time she has a racket up, ready to cut off any reply. Alert stance at all times. Push down the side, there's the cat and mouse, cross-court. Again, interception, cross-court. And a good cross-court backhand from Ray. Ray behind Karen to serve. Flick serve. Pushes down the side now, interception, cross-court. So you see how important it is to keep the racket up to get these quick interceptions. Cross-court away from there. Nora moves across ready to intercept the straight one. So when the players switch from one side of the court to the other, the players move over. And we're back to the cat and mouse situation. Okay. Low serve. Interception. And the smash from the weak return. And ready to serve. Cat and mouse, cross court. Interception. Oh, and a good one to the forecourt. racket up from Nora to cover the cross. Let's see if we can move the lady to the back of the court now. Yes, change the position of the man and the lady. Just out. Quick interception from Karen. Racket up again. Good one. Position reverse, lady sent back. Back to the forecourt. So when you serve the lady, you can flick it over her head to send it out to the rear court. All times the lady is moving in position to cover the reply from the man and intercept. Try for the free space in the forecourt then. Let's see if we can send the lady back to again and reverse the positions. No? Forecourt. Lady goes across court smash. That's all we've time for on mixed doubles. If you've just begun badminton, you've started at a very interesting moment. In recent years, the game has expanded enormously throughout the world. It has become an international game, which is still mainly amateur, but has now reached the transitional stage of part professionalism. Some idea of how this came about can be gained by looking at how the game developed between 1945 and the present day.
America figured little in the early history of badminton, but in 1949 David Freeman, a brilliant young player from the United States, came to Europe and won several tournaments, including the All England singles title.
Dr. David Freeman appeared unheralded and unsung from America and proceeded to go through the tournament without losing more than 6 points in any one game. I umpired the semi-final against Wong Peng Soon, who was the accepted champion of the world at the time, a Malayan, and Freeman beat him to 6-5 in, I think, the finest game of badminton that I ever saw in my life. It certainly was a classic.
He won the All England with the greatest of ease if you look at the score. He was a wonderful player, wonderfully accurate player, who could hit a shuttle onto a six-penny piece, you might say. Most players, when they're being smashed at, they're quite happy to be able to return the smash. Freeman returned that smash where he wanted to.
In 1949, Freeman helped America win the Thomas Cup, the world men's team competition. But unfortunately for badminton, he soon gave up the game to pursue his career as a neurosurgeon. After this came the first Asian wave, the Malayans, and in particular the Chung brothers. The Malayans brought with them a new style of play, spectacular, exuberant, aggressive, which the Europeans found difficult to cope with, as the 1952 All England Championships showed. The Malaysians' grip on the men's game was broken in the late 1950s by Erland Copse, a Dane whose sheer power and fitness enabled him to dominate the game for much of the 1960s. The 1970s has seen another wave of Asian dominance in men's singles, this time by Indonesia. Rudy Hartono's cat-like speed and agility won him 7 successive titles. In Indonesia, badminton is the national sport. Crowds of 12,000 people watch the top players in action. Parliament is interrupted to announce Indonesian victories, and badminton stars have the status of pop idols. In this sort of atmosphere, European players find the Indonesians almost invincible.
You can almost hear a pin drop here at Wembley.
In the women's game, the story is different. The European and American ladies have been able to match the skills of the Asians, as Mrs. Judy Hashman showed many times.
Oh, yes.
Amongst the ladies, there's no question about it that Judy Hashman was the greatest lady player of the lot, and I would say she's the greatest lady player that the game's ever known. Equally at singles as in doubles as well.
What was special about her game?
Absolute accuracy. I always used to say once upon a time that she attracted the lines to her shuttle.
Service over.
And it's
Love.
It's match point now to Mrs. Hashman. And she's won it.
This was Mrs. Hashman's 10th win in the All England singles in the 13 years in which she dominated the women's game, just as her father, Frank Devlin, had dominated in the men's game 30 years before. During your period as reigning champion, how much money did you earn from winning the All England?
Oh, nothing. Didn't work. You just, there's nothing at all for the All England, never was until a couple of years ago, I believe. A medal. But you didn't play in it for the money. It was the thing you wanted to do. If you played badminton, that was the one thing you wanted to do more than anything else. That was sufficient.
And it cost you quite a lot of money to compete, presumably?
Oh, it did, yes, yes. But then everybody spends money. It was a hobby. This is the thing, and this is the big difference is now. It's now a profession. It was totally a hobby for all of us. And you spend money on your hobbies, everybody does. So you never thought of the money you spent. You thought of the pleasure you got, the friends you made. And if you had success, that was better.
Despite strong competition from the Japanese, European ladies continue to be successful at the highest level. In the Friends Provident Masters tournament held at the Albert Hall in September 1979, Britain's Nora Perry and Jane Webster beat Tokudo and Yonekura of Japan in the final of the ladies' doubles.
9-7, second server.
Superb shot by Jane Webster. He found the variation then. The hard ones followed by the subtlest of touches. Crowd applauding, probably the best stroke in the match.
This tournament was an important event, the first approved open tournament in badminton history. Now players can become fully professional, devoting all their time and energy to the game and reaping the rewards they feel they deserve. What other changes this development will bring, no one really knows. But one thing is certain, badminton has now the chance to become a major spectator sport, not just something a lot of people play.
This BBC book to accompany the series is available from bookshops.